You're my friends. What up, what up, what up? What in the sense is going on here? Back with another video. The host, Mama E, is here. And you already know the one, the only, E.T. the kid is here. Did you miss me? Because yeah, missed you. Anyway, we back with another video, and the title is, and the story is from Not Gonna Work AITK. Am I the a-hole? Am I the a-hole for refusing to go to my brother's wedding if he keeps my ex-husband as a groomsman? It depends. If they were friends way before you even met him or you got married to him, then I feel like you have no right to say that because that's your brother's wedding. But if your ex-husband was a crappy person and he treated you any type of way, then your brother should stay 10 toes down about you. That's my only thing.
I got mixed feelings about this. Like,
same.
Did she share with her brother that her ex-husband probably was terrible? I don't know. But, like, let's say you married your brother's best friend. They've been friends ever since. That's different.
Right, I was thinking the same thing.
I'm sorry, lady. I don't know. I can't say anything until I read. My brother, 29, got engaged to his fiance, 28, female, this summer. They're planning on getting married next spring, early summer. Okay, it's going to be hot out there in them streets. They're going to do it early spring. Mm-hmm. They have been working on putting their wedding party together, and they did a video call with me, 32, female, a couple of weeks ago to ask me to be a bridesmaid. So it seems like she's the older sister.
Right.
I, of course, agree because I love them both, and I'm very happy for them. Okay, so the bridesmaid, so you was very happy for them until you found out who was in the wedding. Lady.
I'm confused.
I'm confused too. Read the next one.
However, during the call and after I had already agreed to be the bridesmaid, my brother dropped a bomb on me. He said he hopes that it doesn't cause any issues. I'm going to pause right here. The fact that he had to say, I hope I don't cause any issues, he knew what he was doing. Mm-hmm. He knew what he was doing. Because for anyone to drop a bomb on you and say, oh, hopefully I didn't cause no issues.
And why didn't he say this when he did the video call, like saying, hey, we want you to be a bridesmaid because you're my older sister. However, how would you feel? Mm-hmm. She said afterwards, he called
her. However, during the call and after, I had already agreed to be a bridesmaid. So
then he dropped it on her.
So
I'm saying he should have said this while asking. I know we want you to be in our wedding. However, your ex-husband's going to be there. Do you want to be a bridesmaid? We're offering. But if you don't, we'll understand.
True. He said that he hopes that this doesn't cause any issues, but he wants to ask my ex-husband, 30 male, to be one of his groomsmen. My initial reaction was not the best. I basically said, what? Why? Are you serious? What the F? Oh, Lord, have mercy.
For some history, my ex and I were high school sweethearts. And married young. We were both 23 when we married. And we're divorced by the time we turned 25.
Dang.
It was short marriage, 2 years. No infidelity or abuse of any kind. Okay. Just a toxic relationship. We were too young to recognize properly, and eventually we got to a point in our marriage where we just hated each other. Thankfully, we never had kids, and we were too young to have many assets, so divorce was easy since neither of us wanted anything to do with the other. I moved away, got a new job, and started a new life. My ex stayed in our hometown where my brother currently lives, and I haven't spoken to my ex in almost 5 years. So it seems like, wait a minute, lady.
Right. Then now
you saying your ex-husband didn't do nothing to you. Y'all just toxic
to one another.
I just think y'all was young. How that song say, young, dumb, and broke.
Right.
That was the level of toxicity. Baby, we need to edit that out, but we died.
Toxicity.
I was tongue-tied.
Yeah.
And you're trying to hold this man to something that happened when y'all was 23, 24, 25. Lady, you 32.
My thing is, and you said you haven't spoken to your ex in almost 5 years. So at that point, you can no longer hold that against him. So you said 5 years that y'all was 25 when y'all divorced. So
she
5 years,
now.
you was 30. So actually, add that with 7 years. You haven't talked to this man in 7 years, ma'am. And
No,
you
she probably talked to him them first 2 years initially, like if they want to see getting back and forth, you know, that was probably
My
something
thing
she could count on.
is, y'all
Ladies,
said,
you know what I mean in the comments. But the last 5, yeah.
let the Lord use you. Obviously, my brother has known my ex for a long time, and they were always close.
Okay.
Apparently, they remained close friends after the divorce, even though my brother never mentioned it to me.
Okay, he don't have to mention it to you.
That's none of your business. My brother told me that he understands that this might be a bit awkward, but it's just a one day, and it's not like my ex and I are going to walk down the aisle together.
Okay.
He said they will try to do whatever they can to keep distance between us if needed, but that me and my ex are both very important people to him, and he wants both of us involved in his wedding. Okay. There should be no problem, because he's obviously making accommodations for you. At first, I'm thinking like, okay, your brother been inviting your ex was a horrible person, but now y'all young, and now you over here finna hold this against your brother and miss out on important one marriage. Not saying that people that have multiple marriages back to back are not important, but I'm saying he's having his first marriage and he wants his big sister to be there to see him get married to the love of his life, and you gonna miss out because you don't want your ex to be there, even though he clearly explained to you that, hey, this is like a brother to me, this is like family.
Okay, she continues. I know a lot of people would probably call me petty and immature. We are. Mm-hmm. But I want nothing to do with my ex. There's a reason I haven't spoken to him in so long. I have no desire to speak to him, let alone be in the same wedding party as him. Well, go ahead and cancel him. There's going to be a lot of wedding party activities that's going to be involved being in close proximity to him for an extended period of time, and I want nothing to do with
Pause.
that.
You don't have to go to that.
Explain.
You could have just easily go down the aisle, complete that, because I know what she's talking about. She's talking about the reception and the after wedding party. That's what you're talking about. So
she's talking about leading up to that. Sometimes people go do cake testing. They do.
My thing is then cancel on those parts and go when he's not available. When ask your brother, okay, is he gonna be there for this, that, this is that, and the third? Go down the list, and if he is, don't show up to that. But this is your brother's wedding. I understand you want nothing to do with your ex. Don't go to the places he's going. Simple. I explained all this to my brother and told him that if he's going to keep my ex as a groomsman, I don't think I can be a bridesmaid, and I might have to reconsider even attending the wedding. You're crazy. This led to a big back and forth with my brother.
The part. I don't think.
I read that.
Okay, go ahead.
This led to a big back and forth with my brother trying to bargain with me and convince me that it won't be a big issue, and me pretty much telling him this is non-negotiable for me. Since that conversation, I've been contacted by our sister, 26, and my mom pretty much told me to grow up and that I'm being petty and immature and that I can handle being in the same general area as my ex for a short period of time to support my brother. Kudos to your mom and your sister, because they knew you dead wrong.
Well, it seems like she still loves him because he sounds like what she's saying. They met in high school. This was her first. At least she's being mature enough to know what she can handle. True. Instead of going there to that wedding and destroying her brother's wedding, and then everybody looking at her sideways saying, oh my God, like we didn't even know you had feelings like that. At least she's mature enough to say, hey, I can't even be in the same room with him based upon how I still feel. Because sometimes we can have different, this can be her thing where she felt, oh, this is the man I lost my virginity to. I'm going to be able to have kids with him. We're going to be married forever. And you don't know what type of trigger this has done to her by even attending a wedding. True. Because it could remind her of when they were young, and now that she's probably successful. She says she's went on with her life, and I'm sure he has too, where they're feeling like, hey, we could have probably still been married. To her, I don't think that she has gone on, because nowhere in this story did she say, oh, I went on with my life and now I got a new man. Because, baby, I guarantee if she had a new man, she'd be ready to flow some up and down. You feel me? But it seems that she still has some deep-seated hurt, and I think she needs to probably get counseling. And because she don't know how to convey her thoughts, yes, in a way, you're being petty if I'm on the outside looking in. True. But I can respect you as a woman. If you were to come to me and I was your sibling and I see that this really hurts you, I would understand. But I would say, okay, you don't have to be a bridesmaid. Can you just at least be at the wedding? That's it. I wouldn't ask you to do no extra, go to nothing extra, because I know that's probably traumatic for her. Because it's a difference when it's somebody you still love, because she never said it up here in a divorce. Why? She just stated to us to let us know he wasn't a dirtbag, that he wasn't abusing her and doing nothing crazy. But she still say he was toxic. So it could have been verbal abuse, not something physical.
She said it was toxic, referring to the overall relationship. So it could be both of them were toxic to one another.
Yeah, or and that's what you do when you're young.
Right, or it was just the right person, wrong timing, wrong time.
Part.
So I think that's the main thing that's tripping her up, because she's like, I feel like for her, if she goes in there and she sees him with another lady, she might lose her cool.
That's what I think she did not add to the story, that he has moved on too and got a new boo.
But she says she don't know that because she hasn't talked to him in 5 years, Mom.
Boy, I know that man. That man gonna have somebody when he come there.
We don't know that. So I'm just saying.
But what I'm saying is, I know how sometimes some men can be petty. They will bring somebody. They got somebody, and they don't have to be in a relationship with that person.
But I'm saying, like, we don't know him personally. He could be very mature. So it's just like, I'm saying both of them might still feel the same way about one another. You just never know. I just say kudos to you, but at the same time, this is not your brother's responsibility to take on your trauma and your issues with your ex. At least he gave you the heads up and the due diligence to let you know, hey, sis, this is the person that I want. That's very important in my life, and I understand y'all went through this situation, but I want you to be in my wedding. You don't have to go to the other things. You don't have to go to other things. To me, bridesmaids, you don't even stand up that long. They say the vows, bada bing, bada boom, you done. You walk up out the place, and then you leave before you say anything to anyone.
But they have to do rehearsals and different things like that. So that's what she's probably
They have to do rehearsals?
Rehearsal dinners and things like that. To know how you're going to walk down, what it's going to look like, the aesthetics of everything. They do a lot.
My bad. I'm undereducated on that. My bad. That was my bad. Bakatari said it's his day. Your brother can invite whoever he wants to participate, and you don't have to accept the invitation. Everyone likes to crow that lines about blood is thicker than water. So maybe your brother could consider who's most important to him at his wedding. Not the a-hole for choosing not to go if your ex is there, and your family is definitely the a-hole for failing to understand your position and badger you about it. It's an ETA. Never mind.
So that person is saying too, because you got to understand, the sister may have some type of trauma based upon that. I cannot be inconsiderate of how she feels. But in the other hand, if the brother, this is his older sister, when he looks back on pictures, he gonna want to say, there go your auntie, to his kids.
True.
Like different things like that he won't be able to do if she say, oh, I gotta decline.
True.
So it's almost like you don't know what to do at that point. So that's why I think the brother got the mama and the younger sister involved, because he feels that women can talk to other women, but because the other women didn't come to her and say, hey, can you tell me a little bit more about why you don't want him to come? I think if they would have came to her that way, she probably would have been like, hey,
I'll give it a shot.
I'm going to try, but the rehearsals in this, y'all just tell me where to stand. Y'all just pray for me. I got to do my breathing. I got to go to this. But with them coming and saying, off the bat, you petty. You straight up wrong.
You
and
immature.
I know how younger siblings can be, because they're looking at their older brother, because once again, she is the older sister to both of them.
So she basically had to raise both of them, really, if we're really being honest. My thing is, he should never told his sister or his mom. He should just came to sis like, hey, sis, this is a big thing to me. I really want you to be there. I don't know all the details of what happened between you and your ex-husband, but I really want you to be there, and this is a big point for me. I want my kids to be able to see you in them pictures, or me to look back and when I'm old and age say, oh, there go my sister support me during this big time of my life. So, but since he told the mom and sister and they came at her, came out on the bag on her, I know when it comes down to trauma, when people already feel cornered, they back away into the corner. And it's kind of like when you back away a cat into a corner, they're going to pounce eventually. You can't keep on doing that.
I know a ginger when I see one. They be the one.
Oh.
So let us know how y'all feel in the comments about this. A lot of people are saying agreeing with some of our commentary, but you let us know in the comments how do you feel about that, and just watch our short on we'll be reading the different comments that other people have left in there. Toodaloo.